Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a Thursday morning video. So we hit some crazy stuff in the market yesterday. Kind of just want to do a brief overview of that at the end of the video and basically a stock I bought yesterday. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I'm a long-term investor. This is a stock I've owned for quite a while now, probably 9 months at this point. Whenever I buy something, I let you guys know what cost and what my cost base is, what percentage and all that stuff. So it was Block that I bought yesterday. Ticker is SQ. So this is a stock I've owned for, like 9 months roughly. And yesterday in the market, we had that really fearful, not sure before the Fed meeting dip. And I told myself if there's a big pullback, which I wasn't actually prepared for that, which is why I don't like doing options or trading. But as a long-term investor, you can take advantage of opportunities like that. Just take advantage of fear or uncertainty. So I wasn't expecting that, but that's why I always have cash ready on the sidelines. Square basically went down to $94, $95 in the early AM yesterday. And I bought 10% of my position at $96.14. Really anything under $100 is like a steal long-term in my mind. And I was buying pretty aggressively around the 105, 110, 100 range, but sub 100, I just had to buy it. So this moved my cost base down to 135.76. And the stock after close yesterday finished at 106.25, so that's a really nice gain just in a day. But I'm not a day trader, but obviously I feel like I bought at a very good time based on where the share price closed, and it seems to be holding after hours. They do report earnings today after the bell, so it's going to be very exciting to see. I'm not really too caught up on the Q1 EPS and revenue. I'm more interested in looking at their guidance and what they think as far as the remainder of the year. Most people are looking more, the market's more focused on guidance than what happened. So as long as their guidance is decent, I think they're gonna have a nice earnings. If it goes down sub $95, I'll buy more. If it rallies up, 10 or 5% or 3%, I'm probably gonna hold. My position is basically almost fully built out. Like I'm happy with the size of it. So it's kind of one of those things where I've built my position in the past couple months, and no matter what it does, I feel like I win at this point. If it goes down, I'll buy more. If it goes up, I will be happy I'm getting closer to my cost base. Yesterday also had a 4.92% day in Square, which is great. I mean, it's a big day for stock. If you get 2-3% movement a day, in my opinion, that's a very big day as far as moving in. And a lot of this might be because of the Fed talk and then just optimism of earnings and people trying to position themselves in to take advantage of that. Yesterday, the Dow finished 2.8%, S&P finished up 2.9%, NASDAQ finished up 3.1%. My portfolio finished up 5%. So I, for a third day in a row, beat all three indices. So this is great. I mean, a little bit, I think there's a little bit more risk on in the market. Obviously, the Fed, Jerome Powell spoke at 2:30 Eastern time. There was a lot of fear and uncertainty. I think people were very fearful that he was going to U-turn and rug pull us and maybe jack rates up like Paul Volcker, us up to like 0.75 basis or maybe even 1 or something like that. Or say, oh yeah, we might, really just, cut the head off the snake here and just raise the rates like crazy to get inflation under control. However, he was very kind of like middle of the road in my opinion. Like he wasn't like super hawkish, but he wasn't super bullish. So I kind of like that. I felt like he really was speaking like genuine, like he really meant what he was saying. And you can tell he just feels like he has a lot of control in this. Well, as much as control as possible that's in his hands, he feels good about it. I do think after listening to the full speech that inflation was, like I said in a couple previous videos, that March probably was the highest point in the inflation that we see at 8.5. And then I slowly think it's going to start going down like that. So next week, I bet you it comes in 8 or less. And then from there, it will slowly decline quicker, like 6.5, then 5.5. And then at the end of the year, probably somewhere around like 3.5, 4.5% inflation, just as they anticipate. So for the next couple months, Jerome Powell did say he was going to give us a couple half-point rate hikes, so probably June and July. That's fine. I think that's just going to help with inflation. They just don't want to over-tighten. I could also see after these two, or maybe even in July, if inflation comes out a lot quicker than expected, I could see him maybe U-turning on that and getting dovish and saying like, hey, I think we're at the point of transitory. There's a lot of fear that's getting pulled out of the market, and we don't need the hike right now. We're going to wait till the September meeting or August meeting or something like that. So if that happens, the market's really going to rally. So a lot of optimism. I mean, consumer spending strong, unemployment's very low, job listings are better than expected. So the economy is really strong, and that makes me feel really good about not getting into a recession. So that's kind of my thoughts on the Fed meeting that happened yesterday. We'll see what happens today in the market if we continue this rally, or we kind of take profits, pull back, and maybe fall back to that 0% fib line in the QQQ. We really broke off it yesterday after the Fed meeting. It was kind of like that. It went down, and then when the Fed meeting hit, it went well above the 0% fib line. So I really think this QQQ 318 fib line, we can really say that's probably a bottom, bearing anything significantly crazy happening in the world. So you can't control that, but you can basically safely say, assuming things stay the same or get better, the bottom's probably around there. So it's probably a good time to buy. If you've been waiting to get in the market, or you've been unsure, in my opinion, it's probably a good time to at least start entering in. If you are entered in, maybe buy your favorite positions. I personally like innovation, double-digit growth, and profitable companies. That's really what I'm focusing on. So we'll see. I mean, I feel like that's going to be a good play for risk reward in the future. And as a long-term investor, that's kind of where I put my money where my mouth is right now. So if you guys like this video, let me know your thoughts. Make sure you guys subscribe. And yeah, till tomorrow, I'll see you guys later. Peace.